Can a phone really last you all day without making you reach for a charger? Huawei thinks it can, and with its new Pura 80 series, it's not just promising long battery life. It's actually delivering it. Smartphone batteries are often overlooked. We talk about cameras, screens, and processors, but let's be honest, none of that matters if your phone dies before dinner. Huawei seems to understand that, and their new Pura 80 series shows how serious they are about battery performance. Let's start with the basics. Huawei launched for models in the Pura 80 series, the Ultra, Pro Plus, Pro, and the standard Pura 80. And this time, Huawei didn't just put the biggest battery in the most expensive model. They've gone big across the board. The Pura 80 Ultra, Pro Plus, and Pro all pack a 5,700 mAh battery. That's a big jump compared to last year's Pura 70 Ultra, which only had a 5,200 mAh battery. The other models from that lineup were even lower, 5,050 mAh in the Pro Plus and Pro, and just 4,900 mAh in the base model. But even the regular Pura 80 isn't left behind this time. It comes with a 5,600 mAh battery, making it bigger than any model from last year's Pura 70 series. So what does this mean for users? It means your phone will last longer, plain and simple. Whether you're watching videos, taking photos, or just browsing, you won't have to constantly check your battery level, and when it finally does need to be charged, Huawei made sure that part is quick too. Now let's talk about charging speeds. The Ultra, Pro Plus, and Pro models in the Pura 80 lineup all support 100-watt wired charging. That's very fast. They also support 80-watt wireless charging and 18-watt wired reverse charging, so you can even use your phone to charge other devices through a cable. The regular Pura 80, with its slightly smaller battery, supports 66-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging, still very fast for a non-premium phone. It also has 5-watt reverse wired charging and supports wireless reverse charging too, though Huawei hasn't listed the exact power for that yet. Compared to the Pura 70 series, not much has changed in charging speeds. The specs are mostly the same, but when you combine those speeds with a larger battery, the result is clear: longer usage with less waiting around to recharge. Huawei has been slowly pushing the limits of battery tech over the past few years. They've gone from 66-watt charging to 80-watt, and now to 100-watt, all while making sure the batteries last longer.
What if one camera lens could do the job of two and still keep your phone slim and powerful? Huawei might have just pulled it off with the Pura 80 Ultra. While the phone is still only available in China for now, what really stands out is its camera, specifically the dual switchable telephoto lens. If you're wondering how that even works, don't worry. We'll explain it step by step in the simplest way possible. Let's start with a quick background. The Huawei Pura 80 Ultra is the top-end model of the Pura 80 series. It looks bold with its triangle-shaped camera module on the back, but what's inside that camera module is where the real magic happens. Now, before we talk about this switchable lens setup, we should first understand what a periscope camera is. In smartphones, a periscope camera allows for zoomed-in photos without making the phone bulky. It uses a special setup where light gets bent at a 90-degree angle using prisms and mirrors. This allows the camera to zoom optically, meaning you get closer shots without losing quality, unlike digital zoom. So what makes the Pura 80 Ultra different? Most phones with periscope lenses just have one fixed zoom level. Some high-end phones, like Sony's, use moving lenses to offer different zoom levels. But Huawei has taken a new route. They've combined two periscope lenses into one camera module, using a movable prism to switch between them. This setup offers two zoom levels, 3.7x optical zoom and 9.4x optical zoom, all from the same zoom camera. Instead of placing two full zoom cameras in the phone, Huawei managed to fit both into one space by using one large 1.28-inch sensor. That's currently the largest zoom camera sensor in any smartphone. The movable prism inside the camera redirects the light to either lens, depending on which zoom level you're using. Both lenses are side by side in the biggest camera ring, on the phone's back, and they share the same sensor. It's smart engineering, less space, less cost, and more room for other parts inside the phone. But it's not just about the hardware. The Pura 80 Ultra also has strong software support. The 50-megapixel ultra-large telephoto lens and the 12.5-megapixel ultra-telephoto lens come with extra features like sensor shift, optical image stabilization, and anti-shake tech to help keep photos and videos clear, even when zoomed in. Here's what this setup can actually do for users. At 3.7x zoom, portrait photos look sharp and lifelike. You can capture someone's face with great detail while keeping the natural background. At 10x zoom, it gives a feeling of closeness, even when your subject is far away. The image compresses space, making everything feel tighter and more dramatic. Would you buy a foldable phone if it cost under $750? That's not just a random question anymore. The long-rumored Galaxy Z Flip FE from Samsung is starting to feel very real, and it might be the most affordable foldable phone the company has ever made. Let's talk about what just happened. For months, people weren't even sure if the Galaxy Z Flip FE was a real thing. It wasn't showing up in leaks as much as the Galaxy Z Fold 7 or the Galaxy Z Flip 7. Most people thought Samsung would skip it, or maybe launch it later in the year. But now, things are changing fast. A new certification has just been spotted, and it's kind of a big deal. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, just certified a phone with the model number SMF761U. If you've followed Samsung model numbers before, you'll know that F usually points to a foldable, and the rest matches up with what we'd expect for a Galaxy Z Flip FE. That means two things. First, the phone is real. Second, it could launch really soon, possibly next month, during Samsung's big Unpacked event, where the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 are also expected. But what can we expect from this so-called fan edition? While the certification didn't show specs, some leaks have filled in the blanks. The Galaxy Z Flip FE might be a slightly updated version of the Galaxy Z Flip 5. Think of it as a budget-friendly foldable, with a few corners cut to bring the price down, but still keeping that cool foldable look. Here's what leaks say it might include a 6.7-inch foldable AMOLED display, a 3.4-inch cover screen, the Exynos 2400E chip, Samsung's latest One UI 8 software, a dual camera setup with a 50 megapixels main camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 4,000 milliampere-hour battery. That's not bad at all, especially if Samsung is able to hit the rumored price point. Speaking of price, this part might surprise you. In South Korea, where Samsung is based, the leaked price for the Flip FE is around $740 after conversion. Now, that doesn't mean it'll be the same in the US or Europe. There are taxes and other costs involved. But even if it's slightly higher, it's still a big drop from the price of Samsung's other foldables, which usually start around $1,000 or more. That's exactly what the foldable phone market needs right now, something more affordable. Until now, foldable phones have been exciting, but not very budget-friendly. Many people love the idea of foldables, especially the clamshell style like the Z Flip, but just can't justify the price. A cheaper option could change that. Right now, the Galaxy Z Flip FE doesn't have a lot of competition in the US. Apple still hasn't released a foldable iPhone. Google has one foldable, but it's not a flip-style phone.